Hey guys, Wilhelm1407 here. Today I'm going to be doing an in-depth B&M transfer track tutorial. So starting off, I'm going to mark where the transfer track is going to go. And this transfer track is going to be 4 blocks long. And I'm going to make a hanger that is 2 blocks wide. It's going to hold 2 trains, so it's going to be 2x4. After you do that, after you get an idea where you want your transfer track and hanger to be, place your transfer track and your brake run that comes before that. For this tutorial, I'm using the CoasterJoe's B&M Ultimate Pack, and I'm using the B&M sit-down trains. So now you're going to place your station sections inside of your hanger. And this works best if you're using a CTR that does not have station platforms. It just looks best. I mean, if you don't have one that doesn't have station platforms, it's fine. But it just looks better if you don't have station platforms. And right now I'm just recoloring the trains. I'm gonna hide these so that I can kind of see what I'm doing as I work. So now we're gonna place our brakes, and we're going to use xIWillDestroYouAllx B&M Coaster Addons. And you're going to place your brakes on your track. Be sure to leave a space between the brakes on the transfer track for your friction wheels. And then after you've placed your brakes, you're going to use RCT3 Master 54's coaster accessories. And you're just going to place all your friction wheels. After that, we're going to use CSF's steel I-beam set, and you're going to use the small I-beam, and it's going to be the type 1, and you're going to place that directly under your transfer track. And once you've placed that, you're going to use the small I-beam type 2 underneath it. And once you've placed those, you're going to place a third layer of I-beams of the type 2 underneath the first layer of type 2s. And those are going to be perpendicular. Now you're going to take the small I-beam type 1, and you're going to place it under the track for your hanger, and you're going to place it along the spine. And be sure to color it the same color as your track. Now use the small steel I-beam 1/8 vertical piece to create the buffer stops, and then use the horizontal pieces to create the supports for the track inside of the hanger. You also use these to create the rest of the structure for the hanger itself. I'm creating an open hanger, and I used a lot of photo references of Diamondback to create this. So once you've finished the structure for your hanger, you're going to use GRP B&M Catwalks de-evacuation set, and you're going to use the patch demi pieces to create 1 block wide platform. And this is going to be the first level inside of your hanger. There's going to be 2 levels of catwalks. Once you've created the first level, create the second level with the same pieces, and just place those to where they're level with the tracks inside of your hanger. And this will be your second level of catwalks. This whole set is in French, by the way, and I'm not good at French. So I can't really tell you exactly which all pieces I used. This is one of those sets that if you don't speak French, you just kind of have to play around with them. But like right now I'm placing the stairs, and those are the patch escalier pieces, or escalier. I don't know how to pronounce anything in French. I tried in like 7th grade and failed horribly. And then place your railings, which I believe is pronounced rambade, and I'm using on the outside corners, using the coin exterior pieces. And there's several, like there's like, I don't even know how many exactly there are. There's a lot of different railing pieces. But yeah, you guys will have to forgive my French because I'm awful at it. If this was in German or Japanese, I could probably pronounce things fairly well, but but okay, so there's all of those pieces, and then there's the straight pieces, and there's like half and quarter pieces with those. With your interior corners, like right there, use those interior corner pieces because it just looks a lot better if you leave those out. It's not the end of the world, but it looks a lot nicer. It looks more complete. I mean, yeah, no one's going to be looking at your stuff with a microscope, but still. Once you have all your railings placed, you're going to use Moby's Steel Jungle V1, and you're going to use those to create your supports for your hanger. And you're going to want to place those on the outside walls and the inside as well, in the middle. And once you finish that, you're going to use the same set to create the supports for your transfer track. Once you've done that, you're going to use CoasterJoe's B&M track connectors, and you're going to use the brake run piece and brake run end piece on the brake run that's located next to your transfer or your hanger. And then you're going to use the track connectors underneath that, and you're going to use Moby's Steel Jungle for the supports. Now I'm using DasMatze's Industry Age to create the roof, and I'm using the flat, non-rusty roof pieces. And then I'm using Moby's Glasshouse and Frameworx set to create the horizontal and diagonal cross braces. And then after that, I'm using Shadow's Coasternets to create the Coasternets along the right side of the track. And then we're going to use GRP's B&M Catwalks again, but we're going to use the standard catwalks, and these already have the rails and platforms all together already. And then after that, we're going to use Cpcisco's B&M Footers on all the Moby's Steel Jungle supports. Be sure you get the supports in the middle of your hanger as well. And now you can, once you have all your footers, you can just kind of play around with terrain textures. I'm using the concrete texture underneath. You can use path covers if you want. And now I'm just using CSF's steel I-beam set to cap off the tops of the Moby's Steel Jungle set, so it kind of connects with the horizontal pieces better. And now we have a finished transfer track. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. And if you guys want me to do any more tutorials on transfer tracks, I will. I was thinking about doing like Intamin and Arrow and some different manufacturers, because they all look a little bit different depending on the manufacturer. So just let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.